Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. For somewhere around the world, that's what time it is. Tonight, you're on my show. It's that good old fashioned wolf pack hour.
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf. And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah. Jason, shout out to you in the building already. Yeah. It's that wolf pack hour, people. You heard me, man.
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf. And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
You understand? It takes a wolf to catch a fucking wolf. Right? Let's get this show started. You already know. We got a lot of things we need to discuss. A lot of things is happening. You know, the older gentlemen like to keep saying the left unhinged, the left unhinged, the left unhinged. These motherfuckers is dumb as fucking crazy, man. Dumb as fuck and crazy. Let a few more people come on, check in. See. And yeah. Before we get into all of that, we're gonna get into this. Please do remember that the New Right Party channel and the New Red Party show is sponsored by patriots like you. And as long as you're sending these donations, it allows me to create the content that will continue to make these motherfuckers sick. As you were.
Is the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it. This is the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it.
CEO. Bullshit. Paying for the pussy. I endorse it. Riding through the city. That's my off. People. Nah, fuck that. We might have to jump closer on the screen. People. My people. So the Dimmer Dummies just can't quit. They double down because they dumb as fuck and they too dumb to quit. Subconscious was good. On my end, my mic is up. Everything's up on my end. Maybe you need to try to work on your volume. Can everybody else hear me in the chat? No? Apparently people can't. Let me see. Can people hear me now in the chat? Am I better now? Can you hear me now better in the chat? Just, just a little bit closer. How do I sound now? How's the volume? Yeah, I don't think it's me because this mic usually on most terms or under most circumstances, I don't have any issues with. Let me see. Put this back out of the frame. Let's see. Maybe I'll just have to get a little louder. Maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do. Maybe I'm gonna have to just talk a little bit louder. But I kind of like it out the way from all the shit. I don't know who keep moving my damn thing. It's over there. Get this out the way. Somebody's supposed to have moved their chair, but they didn't. All right, so the Dimmer Dummies, they can't quit. They just can't quit. There is no end to the dumb shit that comes to these people. And what did I tell you they was gonna do? They're not going after any Democrats that are white or any other color that's had any allegations of sex crimes against them or held against them. One of the first things they did on their agenda, on their fake ass agenda of Me Too, was attempt to start to tear down basketball legend Kobe Bryant. See where it starts, people? This is where it starts, people. They already removed him from a film festival over 2003 rape allegations that were unfounded. It showed that the female had multiple sexual intercourse partners, and it was consensual, but Kobe, to make it go away, paid the female to shut up. Or he might not have paid anything. I do know that the charges became unfounded because of her history. Do you see how quick Black America, these white racist liberals are? The first thing they did was got themselves a nigga that they can try to confuse you with so they can throw under the bus and throw a bone to you Me Too dummies to make it seem as if they gave a fuck. When this man had an excellent basketball career and had no issues after the 2003 allegation. Do you understand what I'm saying? They pick and choose who they want to throw under the bus. Maybe they asked him to say something bad about Trump and he refused to. We don't know. But look and behold, look what we have. The allegations was found unfounded. Kobe was innocent of it. It was found that the girl had multiple sexual partners. And yet and still, he's still vilified. He still loses out on, well, fans actually lose out on having Kobe Bryant at this event. It's bullshit. It's really sad. They show you what they do, and they go from one black person to the next, and all you black dumb house niggas do is sit there and scream out how they are for you. LeBron needs to smack the shit out of himself, because the person that's basically like his fucking daddy got an issue on some dumb shit that we all know he wasn't even guilty of as far as rape is concerned. Not saying Kobe is innocent and void of being wrong in that situation. But at the end of the day, he's being punished for an allegation from 2003, and Bill Clinton is running around giving a fucking tour currently right now with his crooked ass wife, Hillary Clinton. So you mean to tell me Kobe Bryant gets kicked out of a film festival for a 2003 rape allegation, but Bill Clinton at the pace of won $800,000 because of his sexual fucking antics? Fucking coerced a young intern to give him fellatio in the fucking Oval Office. And on top of all of that, he got a black fucking son he ain't never do a damn thing for. And he still gets to run around here. They throw who the fuck they want to the fucking wolves. So we eat them the fuck up, and it's always black people that have worked hard to get where they need to go. Who knows if Democrats threw that fucking whore bitch in his hotel room, and she just said the right things to him, and next thing you know, bam, it goes down. I don't fucking trust these people. They're always trying to get a niche up on someone so they can use you in some type of way and take information on you to hurt you so they can have something against you. This is what the Democrats do. Some fucking love with these people. They don't love anything but power. Power. That's it. If you're by your windows, you need to look out your windows and you don't have to go to the windows. You can just you can hear the show. But then you can look out your window and look at all the lights that are on in the distance. All the people there. A lot of those people with those lights on are asking for their life to be terminated. It's peaceful when you look out and you don't hear all the madness and it's so quiet and the lights are so beautiful. When you look at the lights, you have to realize that a lot of those lights turned on. There are people within those places that really can't see. And in some cases, it doesn't matter how bright the light is inside their residence. They'll never see it. Not when it's taught that it directly benefits them. You know, we're going to get into some news because what I want to do is I want to directly contradict. I can't wait till after this month when everything, goes in the direction where it needs to go and I'm able to do a lot of television. It's going to be really hard for these pundits to be able to say the shit that they say to Tucker and Hannity to me. You know what I'm about to do. It's time to get my fucking Rick James on. But before I do that, let's talk about George Lopez the dummy. One, George Lopez old ass is not running up on me, but this guy is smart because now he's about to get paid over George Lopez dumb ass. That's first and foremost. Saying Trump's name 3 times around a Democrat will cause them to go into convulsions. They will then lose their minds and they will enter into a zombie-like state where they'll be mindless like little bitches and they'll be complaining and crying and running around for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever, aimlessly attacking people, clawing at you, biting you, crying on you, and in some cases even sucker punching you. This punk ass comedian named George Lopez, who originally came out and said Trump wasn't a racist, and then it wasn't until he said that the Latino community started to bury him that he decided to be anti-Trump and then take it to an extreme. This dumb motherfucker is about to pay somebody hundreds of thousands of dollars, all because someone kept saying Trump's name around him. You know, with all the years of fighting in the streets and shit I have, I would let George Lopez hit me because I would sue the shit out of George Lopez. I don't give a fuck how much fucking money we got, Shannon. I'm telling you right fucking now, straight up out the gate. I'm letting that nigga get one off, crack right here. Hopefully he crack a tooth or some shit like that. If not, and you better help me crack a tooth, because that motherfucker did it, and we making this dumb motherfucker pay out, and I'm gonna laugh the whole fucking entire time. So shout out to George Lopez for being a dumbass idiot, for fake peeing on Donald Trump's star as if it made you even tougher in some sort of way when you're not. You're a comedian. Everything about your life has been you being picked on by your mom, who's neglected you and abused you. We watched the show, trying to give the show a chance to watch your life and its loose interpretation of how you are a dumbass, punk ass Mexican. Because every fucking Chicano I know is fucking real with their shit. They don't fucking backtrack, bitch. You either is or you ain't. That's the problem with you fucking punk ass, whore ass fuck boys. They like to call you soy boys, but you straight fuck boys. There's no safe place for you. I'm not gonna call you a soy boy. So fuck all that. You're a fuck boy. Every last one of you. You all was fucking his friend when he was doing the Apprentice. You all wanted to be around him when he was coming to New York City and he wasn't the president, because you wanted to be at the Trump Hotel. Now your dumb ass about to pay the fuck out because you just dumb ass.
Here comes my boy George.
Oh, hey, love some more bullshit.
He's a badass. Look at him. He wants to fight me. Hello. George wants to fight me. George wants to fight me. Here comes my boy George.
Oh, hey, love some more bullshit.
He's a badass. Look at him. He wants to fight me. Hello. George wants to fight me. George wants to fight me.
And out of that, George Lopez can be arrested. George Lopez should be charged. Because let me tell you something. When 6ix9ine, the rapper, the New York City rapper, the Latino New York City rapper, was, I believe, in Texas, a fan accosted him and he grabbed the fan by the collar of his neck, shook him around a little bit. He had a warrant for his arrest. They locked him up for it, held him for it, and extradited him from New York to Houston, or made him go there to face the charges. I wonder if it's going to happen for George Lopez. I doubt it, though. Because the shit only applies to the Latinos and Hispanics that aren't on their agenda. The ones that they haven't shoved their hands inside their ass to get control of their spine so they can move them around like true fucking dummies they are. George Lopez is a fucking idiot.
Well, good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. With less than 3 weeks to go until the midterm elections, violence is flaring up again. Republicans in both Minnesota and the state of Nevada have been assaulted, in effect punished for violating the unwritten law thou shalt not oppose efforts of the left to gain power. Trace Gallagher has more on this developing story for us tonight. Trace?
Tucker, in Minnesota, there were two separate incidents. First, state GOP Representative Sarah Anderson says she confronted a man for kicking down her campaign sign, and the man didn't like it. Watch.
He comes charging at me and then gets between me and the car door, so I couldn't shut the car door.
Where is the Me Too movement? Where are the feminists? Where are the people that's supposed to advocate for women? Where are they?
Door. And I didn't want to I froze, basically.
That's when she says the man punched.
Thank you very much, Barbara. Thank you very much. You know what? I just spoke with Candace yesterday, man. Shout out to Candace and shout out to Kanye West. We got a lot of interesting things coming up and happening, man. That's all I got to say for right now. Thank you very much, Miss Barbara.
her, calling her an anarchist and saying she should kill herself. Then, first-time candidate Shane Mecklin says he was at a restaurant in Benton County, Minnesota, talking about campaign issues when he was blindsided. Listen.
This gal over here asked me something, and I was talking to her, and that's when this gentleman
I think it could have been a setup if you don't know who the female is. It could have been a setup to make him not want to run.
literally just
Possibly to break his jaw, if they could have. That way he couldn't even speak.
punched me out of nowhere.
Yeah, Mecklin says he blacked out when he hit the ground, and medical records show he suffered a concussion. Police are investigating both attacks. Meantime, another threat against Maine GOP Senator Susan Collins, who, of course, cast the key vote for Justice Brett Kavanaugh. This time, a letter was sent to Collins' home, addressed to her husband, claiming it contained the deadly poison ricin.
Like, people. If this shit isn't crazy, I don't know what the fuck it is. And the shit is that everything that's happening to the Republican Party is the shit that should be happening to the Democrats. Because them motherfuckers are the true cause for fucking every fucking thing going on wrong with this fucking country right fucking now. They got motherfuckers gassed up to do all this dumb shit for them.
They wounded one of them. Strangely, you didn't hear calls for gun control in the days after that happened. And at this point, we've practically forgotten it ever happened at all. And so the cycle has accelerated, using force against Republicans. Well, you'd think that violence, physical attacks, and threats in our political system would shock all of us. But at this point, unfortunately, nobody is really surprised. It almost seems normal. It was just last year that a progressive activist tried to murder an entire field of Republican lawmakers
Tried to murder an entire field. Why? Why would you try to murder an entire field? I think that it wasn't meant for all Republicans. I think it was maybe 3 to 2 Republicans that they were trying to kill because they were trying to stop Republicans they knew were against the swamp.
Baseball. He gravely wounded one of them. Strangely, you didn't hear calls for gun control in the days after that happened. And at this point, we've practically forgotten it ever happened at all. And so the cycle has accelerated. Using force against Republican office holders and conservatives now seems like a feature of our political landscape.
We believe survivors. They know it's way harder than you do. We believe survivors. We believe survivors. Shame! 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 No borders! No walls! Sanctuary for all!
They must be talking about some feminist pussy. No borders. You can fuck it. Everyone can fuck it. No walls, because everyone's fucking. No borders, no wall. They pussy's hairy, not ball. No borders, no wall. They pussy hairy, not ball. No borders, no wall. They pussy hairy, not ball. No borders, no walls. They pussy hairy, not balls. Huh? That's how you do that right there, man. You gotta remix that shit they say. You feel me? So if I was there with my bullhorn, I would have been like, no borders, no walls. Yo pussy hairy, not ball. No borders, no walls. Yo pussy hairy, not ball. They would have been mad. I would have had everybody chanting that shit. I'm telling you, I'm unstoppable, people. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. That's the fucking problem. They don't have no one good enough to go at these dimmer dummies, man.
If kids don't eat in peace, you don't eat in peace.
So what?
See? Because if the Dems can't have it their way, fuck your way. They have to have it their way. Because if they don't have it their way, then you're in some deep shit. They gonna find your ass in the streets. They gonna beat your ass. They gonna fuck your meal up. But the good thing about that whole shit is, hey, listen, get a good look at my face. So when this shit really pop up, I know I'm high as fuck. I be high as fuck when I be live sometimes. But the weed be good as shit, too. So get a good look at my face, all right? Make sure you interrupt me when the meal is at the end. And my plate is at least 75% done. Then you might not get smacked. We might just get up and say thank you, and we might just leave. Because then you're going to help me not have to pay for the meal. You dumb motherfuckers. But if you come while I'm sitting there just sitting down, start my meal, you going to wear that shit, and I'm going to beat your ass. That's it. That's all. You going to wear that shit.
What is this really about? Suddenly, this kind of rage is everywhere. You've seen tape like that for the past several months. But who exactly is it aimed at? What is the point? Well, Republicans, obviously, are the focus of most of it. Conservatives, more generally, anyone else who dissents from the one true faith of cultural leftism. But really, the target is the country itself. The left
is mad. They like, we done bought all them fucking hip-hop niggas. We done bought all them movie and acting niggas. And you mean to tell me they still not fucking buying it? Nah, fuck that. Go to the streets and start beating people up. Make them scared now.
is angry at America. They say so all the time. This is not the Democratic Party you grew up in, or that you remember if you're over 30. That party may have stood for some bad ideas, and it did, but there was never really a question about its fundamental loyalty to America or the people who live here. The party of FDR and LBJ, even of Bill Clinton, was basically a patriotic party. It was an American party. Not anymore.
Bill Clinton party wasn't an American party. Bill Clinton party was full of shit. He was very, very anti-American. Very much establishment. Very much subversive.
In 2018, anyone who considers America a distinct physical place with meaningful borders and its own history and traditions and language and culture and values won't feel comfortable in the Democratic Party. Indeed, may not even be allowed in that party. To modern Democrats, the leaders of the party, America is an economy with land attached. It's a massive private equity scheme from which they are benefiting. Its people are interchangeable human widgets to be discarded and replaced when their usefulness expires. Was it always this way? Was this always what America was like, you might ask? Shut up, they'll explain. Before Obama got elected, America was truly a horrible place, a nightmare. Watch New York Governor Andrew Cuomo explain.
We're not going to make America great again. It was never that great.
And then his bitch ass went and apologized for saying this dumb shit to everybody there. They get to sit in front of your kids, make you pay thousands of dollars, put their little asses in debt, while they sitting there screaming and moaning and yelling and getting hyped for them dumbass Democrats that got them little fucking impressionable babies sitting there. Got them little babies sitting there being fucking lied to left and fucking right. And you're paying for it. You're paying for it. You're sending them to school and you're paying for these people that have your kids running around like goddamn fools in the street, fucking up property and banging on doors and dumb shit. And the only people that'll be left with getting these kids out of trouble will be you. Will be you. You gotta wisen up, people. They're using you and using your kids to steal power from you and from your kids. Period.
It was never that great, said the guy who inherited his job from his dad. Cuomo's remarks got some coverage on this channel, but they were hardly unusual for Cuomo's party. Before she founded the #MeSue movement, Senator Elizabeth Warren spent a lot of time telling audiences what an awful country this is. Here's one example.
The hard truth about our criminal justice system. It's racist.
She gets to talk about the criminal justice system being racist, but she gets to lie about being a race in which she's not, so she can further her career and even be invited to talk about Rachel racial disparity. This shit is ridiculous, people. This shit is ridiculous, people. They think we dumb as fuck, man. And I'm telling you, man, they don't give a fuck. They think as long as they say this shit, you're gonna gobble it up and you're gonna believe it. It's fucked up. These people do not give one fuck.
It's our system. I mean all the way. I mean front to back.
Racist front to back. In other words, our laws and our police are illegitimate and they're immoral. Don't worry about violating or ignoring them. Texas Senate candidate Robert Beto O'Rourke agrees with.
If she felt that way, if she truly felt that way, why is it that she's held office, some form of office, and she's never come out in the past about it? She's never done anything in the past about it. Why do it now? Why, with all their years of so-called service, is it coming up now?
He recently told the crowd that police in America murder and imprison people solely because of their skin color. Now, that's factually untrue. It's ridiculous. And of course, he didn't even try to prove it was true. But it's also a slur on decent people of all colors who are trying their best to serve this country in law enforcement. O'Rourke's fellow Democrats could have said something about this, but they didn't. They're not allowed to. Nobody is. Defend America, and you will be punished. Former Congresswoman Mary Bono lost her job just this week as president of USA Gymnastics. What did she do wrong? Well, she leveled a veiled criticism at Colin Kaepernick. That's unacceptable now. Kaepernick makes millions denigrating our national symbols. He's a hero. Nike.
And if you are a Democrat, male or female, and you go against this anti-American behavior, they're going to fire you.
Hired him. If you complain about that, though, you're the villain and you're out. Defending America is suddenly a firing offense on the left. Mark Salvis learned this the hard way. Salvis wasn't simply a loyal Democrat. He was the head of the Allegheny County, Pennsylvania Democratic Party, also a military veteran. You'd think he'd be allowed to stick up for America once in a while, but no. He made the mistake of writing this in a Facebook post, quote, "I stand for the flag, I kneel at the cross." Now, not so long ago, most Democrats would have nodded in agreement at that. Today, it's hate speech, and he lost his job. But tonight, their loss is our gain, and Mark Salvis joins us now. Mark, thanks a lot for coming on the show. Did I misstate that? I mean, did you have to leave your job running the county's Democratic Party because of those words on Facebook?
Well, I was the executive director of the county party. And yes, basically that's exactly what happened because of that post, which I remind you was over a year ago that I posted that. I was asked to resign, yes.
So you're a veteran, you say you stand for the flag, and you were denounced as a racist.
This is how they treat our veterans.
Correct. The people who brought this to light tried to tie it
veterans.
to the NFL players taking a knee.
So I'm confused. I'm not a Democratic voter, never have been, but I've been here a long time, known a lot of decent patriotic Democrats. It doesn't seem like that long ago. It wouldn't have been weird for the head of a Pennsylvania Democrat.
He should be suing. He should be suing. And the president should bring this issue up, that this is happening to Democrats. It's either anti-American with the far left, or it's nothing.
Democratic County Party to say, "I stand for the flag and kneel before the cross." Would it have been 5 years ago a crazy thing to say?
Absolutely not. And I can tell you that even just last year, when the Pittsburgh Steelers decided to stay in the locker room instead of come out for the national anthem, one player, Villanueva, who's an Army Ranger, came out and stood by himself with his hand over his heart. And he was not considered a racist. So this, even as much as a year ago, it would not have been unheard of to hear somebody, a leader in the party, defend the flag.
So you're the executive director, were the executive director of the party. You obviously know a lot of Democrats in your county, a traditionally Democratic county. What have your former coworkers said to you since this happened?
I haven't heard from any of them. I understand the party line is that it is a personnel matter, and I can respect that. However, those that are elected officials or party members who are not tied with my direct sort of chain of command, if you will, I have not heard from any of them.
Did wisdom on the left that anyone who disagrees is game.
He hasn't heard anything from them. He'll be going off in a few weeks to spend time with his son who's going in the Air Force. Sad thing is, the Democrats do have some good individuals, and they don't give a fuck. They don't care at all. Period.
For harassment. Even Hillary Clinton says that civility is pointless. How's this working, by the way, for America and the Democratic Party? John Summers is former communications director for Senator Harry Reid of Nevada, and he joins us. Hey, John, thanks a lot for coming on. So first, I want to get your take on the man we just spoke to, who is the executive director of Allegheny County, Pennsylvania Democratic Party. Not some random apparatchik, but he ran the party. And he was kicked out because he said, and I'm quoting now, "I stand for the flag and I kneel for the cross." What does that tell you that you can't say that as a Democrat in 2018?
It bothers me, frankly, that this is something that he posted a year ago and they hired him anyway. So again, it's not lost on me how old that post is, and they still chose to hire him. So I think that's fine that they decided to hire him even after that post. Bothers me that they actually fired him a year later because of it.
Wait, I'm confused. What do you mean, despite what's wrong with that post?
Before we get into that, I'm going to let Hannity speak for a second.
It is to help.
And give me 5 seconds and I'm going to be right back.
Help improve the country. The left in America, completely humiliated after 2016. They are now desperate. Every 2 and 4 years, you've heard me say this often, we've become accustomed to their playbook. Republicans, racist, sexist, homo, you know the whole list, etc. 1 month, we have seen something even worse than what we usually see. Name calling, identity politics, that just wasn't enough. Instead, we've watched the left for 2 years now vilify this president, any conservative, any Republican, now calling on their supporters to literally create crowds, confront so-called evil opponents that happen to just disagree with them. Hillary Clinton said, you can't be civil with a Republican Party member that wants to destroy American values. And there's Maxine Waters, one of the new leaders of the Democratic Party, urging her supporters, create crowds, go after Republicans where they eat, in grocery stores, department stores, gas stations. Cory Booker urging voters, get up in the faces of people in Congress and the cabinet. Eric Holder, Republicans go low, we kick them. This kind of rhetoric started from the very moment Donald Trump, frankly, came down the escalator, but certainly when he was inaugurated. In fact, on January 31st, right after the president's inaugurated, 2017, failed vice presidential candidate Tim Kaine. Just to remind you, he had this to say about what Democrats need to do in order to reclaim their power. They were looking for it on day one. Watch this. All right, apparently we lost that tape. On this program, we're saying this better stop. This is what I'm saying to everybody. This better stop before people, our fellow citizens, some of our elected politicians are severely injured or even killed. In this country, differences should be settled at the ballot box, not on the streets, not with a violent mob, not with fists or intimidation, not with riots in major cities. And as you can see, this is not the approach Democrats are taking. And while words are just words, I understand, I hold people accountable for their own actions. But some people are inspired by these words, sadly. Are we really surprised by what we have been witnessing, what we've all been seeing? Sarah Sanders, her family, kids run out of a restaurant. Secretary Nielsen, same thing. Senator Ted Cruz, his wife Heidi, run out of a restaurant. The Florida Attorney General, Pam Bondi, violently confronted just trying to go watch a movie. Republicans shouted down all over D.C. And reports tonight in Minnesota, 2 local Republican candidates were assaulted by far-left individuals. In one case, while talking to constituents, state representative candidate Shane Mecklin literally was sucker punched. Not only did he have a serious concussion, he will have a 4 to 6 week minimum recovery. He says this is not what he signed up for. No kidding. few days earlier, while campaigning door to door, State Representative, Minnesota, Sarah Anderson, she was punched by a person claiming to be an anarchist. And meanwhile, in Nevada, a Democratic operative arrested after violently assaulting GOP campaign manager Kristen Davison after a political event in Vegas. Nevada's Attorney General, now the Republican gubernatorial candidate, called this a new low for politics in Nevada. And last night, Senator Lindsey Graham, who will join us in a moment, he talked about how he was actually spat at during the anti.
Listen, let me get back to this, and I'm going to let him speak. But just to piggyback, and I'm sorry, y'all, I had to take care of something real quick. To piggyback on was basically we already kind of going off of Tucker's show. Yo, there is no wins with these people. One, we beat them fair and square with the Trump election. And instead of them having ideas and proof on how we're wrong, the only thing we keep hearing them say is a bunch of shit that they're not proving. Every chance they get. They accuse someone of something, and that shit that they're accusing that person of is never founded. No one never proves it. It's never proven. It's okay, Amy Day. It's not for everybody. This is for me. This is my. It's just for me. Deplorable. Shout out to Deplorable Arab. She got a wrench. I know I said I was gonna make 2 new moderators, and I said I was gonna let my moderators choose both, but I'm gonna let my moderators choose one. I chose one. I made Deplorable Arab a moderator. This dude is about to say some shit, right? And Tucker is gonna kind of lose on the debate, but I'm gonna show you exactly how I would have won.
I stand for the flag and I kneel for the cross. I think most Americans feel that way. Why would that be a bad thing to write?
Because we know that this is obviously something that goes against what Colin Kaepernick is standing for, or kneeling for, as the case may be, as we talk about the injustices done to African American people. But I do think it's important to remember, as we talk about this incivility on the left, that the Allegheny County Party is one of 67 county parties in Pennsylvania.
Well, sure,
one of
right.
thousands of county parties across the country.
Look, I'm not saying he's been nominated for
example.
It's one, but hold on, no, but
what I would have said was, you're right. How many of those did Barack Obama lose? How many of those did Barack Obama lose?
We can even take that out of this conversation and get to what you are saying, which is that this is troubling because, and I'm quoting you now, it goes against what Colin Kaepernick is saying. Is Colin Kaepernick in charge of the Democratic Party? Isn't he like a football player or a Nike
not at all what I
said. Like, who cares?
Yeah, that's not all what I said, Tucker. What I said is that it bothers me that they decided a year later it was problematic, and it's probably because they got a lot of heat. I mean, we know that the people who are involved in county parties, both on the Republican and the Democratic side, are the people who are involved in those are the most passionate activists.
Right? No, I agree. No,
so
I get it. I get it.
That's a lot of what happened here.
But I'm just trying. But leaving aside even the Allegheny County Party, I just wonder, simple question, is it okay to say that? If I say, I stand for the flag and I kneel for the cross, I'm a sincere Christian and a patriotic American, can I be a Democrat in good standing, or am I a racist for saying that? That's the question.
No, you should be a Democrat in good standing. It's a big tent that help that a lot of people are a part of, and you should be a part of it. I'm bothered by the fact that they bothered. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking. I'm bothered by the fact that they fired him over this, particularly since it was something that happened well over a year ago. They knew about this. If it was bothersome then they should have not hired him in the first place.
Would it be okay? And of course, I agree.
I feel the same way in regards to Kobe Bryant and the film festival that made sure that they removed Kobe Bryant because of 15-year-old rape allegations.
That part completely, though they may not have seen it. And I think the party's changing now. That maybe really is the point. But I'm bothered by this theme I have seen, which is really not mistakable, that anyone who says the country, flawed, of course, had a civil war over its flaws, continue to fight about its flaws, but basically it's a good place, better than any other place. It's not an inherently racist country. Our justice system's not inherently racist. Cops aren't shooting people because of their skin color. That may happen, but in general, it does not happen. That's why so many Africans move here. If you say that, they're like, what? White supremacist? I mean, I'm serious. What is that about?
There is no better place than America. There is no hate, and there is no better place than America. I think we can all agree about that. But there are some problems that we have here. There is institutionalized racism. We know we do have situations where more African Americans are pulled over by police officers than white people. We know that.
Okay, and we know that. Where are most African Americans currently living? Oh, why are you asking that? I'm asking you where. In Democratic ran states and cities or in Republican ran states and cities? Who has been the champions for the minorities for 40 years? It's supposed to be a Democrat. So if blacks are receiving any oppression and or racism, it would only be in the communities in which they find themselves in, right? Which would be where? Democratic states and cities. Where are they pulled over and harassed? In Democratic states and cities where the police are forced to over-police areas. It's no secret. All they do is talk about the problems that they have started. That they started. And then they try to point the finger at the Republicans while they're doing this shit to us. This motherfucker got the nerve to have Lincoln's memorial behind him when he is a part of the party that killed Abraham Lincoln. The irony of it all. Still to this day could give one fuck about black people. Definitely still trying to do the best they can to keep anyone that's fucking poor down and out. Because if you're poor, then you're around black people, Latinos, and Asians. You're around everyone. They mix us in the melting pots.
Hold on,
to back that up. But that doesn't make America not
We don't know that, actually. We don't know.
It's not hard to find the data.
Nah, we do. We do know. But the thing is, you're not pointing out the fact that this is happening in Democratic states and cities.
Well, it's called Google. No. It's hard to interpret what the data mean, actually. Numbers are not the same as reality. They are a measurement of a phenomenon, but they don't explain what the phenomenon is caused by. So actually, there's a debate about this. And to say institutional racism is not actually...
See, this is how Tucker lost. Because he was supposed to spin that and then let him know that they are the blame for it. But instead, he's not. He hasn't. And that's the reason why I love Tucker, but that's the reason why he gets caught out there by a lot of these people coming there. Is because he's just not giving them the plain slap in the face truth.
Kavanaugh protests. Listen, a threatening package was sent to Susan Collins' home with contents they claim to be ricin, a poison that can kill people. Her staff receiving thousands of coat hangers, other horrible threats via phone. Make no mistakes. What we're seeing here is the left unhinged in America, and they've been unhinged the day that Donald Trump announced, certainly the day he won, and the day he was inaugurated, and they have not stopped. They are hoping that this vitriol, this hatred, where they even get rid of due process and the presumption of innocence, they're hoping this is what carries them into November. And if Democrats take the House, I've been telling you, and it's true, impeachment will be on the table. They just keep begging Maxine Waters, just keep it.
And instead of Hannity scaring you, to telling you what the crumbs is and everything else. He should be exciting the base by telling them we're winning. The left are outside crying like babies, needing teddy bears and comfort animals and Play-Doh and therapy. And they're outside going fucking absolutely mad. They have to pay people to get on buses to go from place to place to place in order to further their lives. They aren't winning. It's the same people from one place to the next. Any big rally they got, it's the same Muslim chick, same Asian chick, same Latino chick, same black chick. And they all get up there and they all saying the same shit. They always put the same people on the fucking buses. It's no coincidence. There's no coincidence. There is no coincidence. Instead of sitting there and saying, oh, they're going to take back, impeach, they can't impeach Donald Trump. It's a long-ass process. A very long one. People, it's not going to happen. We're talking about Kavanaugh, all the fair shit. They don't need to do that. They shouldn't be doing that. That's the last thing Hannity should be doing. He should be pointing out that if you go and you vote out these motherfuckers that are fucking your lives up, then you'll have the great opportunity to continue to having the greatest life that you currently have. They're not going to impeach Donald Trump. Then what's left? Mike Pence? I already told you how this can go. Then Mike Pence can actually hire Donald Trump as his vice president. And then he can then resign as vice president and Donald Trump would then become president again. And they can hire Mike Pence. No. There is no legal reason they can impeach Donald Trump. Mueller's investigation is coming to an end. It's so embarrassing that they don't even want to release the findings to the public. And the reason why is because the findings is there is no fucking Russian collusion between the President of the United States of America. With all of this happening, they're throwing all of these things out there and don't think that they don't have any more things to throw out there to try to distract your ass with the fact that Mueller has to currently end this investigation. It's over. There was nothing to talk about. Now they're saying his investigation didn't go long enough. It's never going to be enough. Nothing that these people say is true. Everything is a lie. You have to feel totally disrespected by these motherfuckers opening their mouths every time they disrespect your fucking intelligence. If they gave a fuck, listen, Donald Trump is a racist. I know he's a racist. And you my homie. And or even so, I don't want to even put the president in this. Let's just say this. You come to me and you say, I'm going to go hang out with Paulie. Now I know Paulie's no good because I've already hung out with Paulie. I know that Paulie gets drunk, he's disrespectful, you know, he gets into fights, he fights people, and he'll fight you. As soon as he have 2-3 shots in him. So when you say that and I say, I don't deal with Paulie because Paulie's he's an alcoholic, man. He gets a couple drinks in him, man. He starts fighting everybody. If you try to stop him, he's gonna fight you. You're gonna just have to leave him there. And you're gonna feel bad, but you're gonna have to leave him there. And you'll be like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And you say, I'm gonna go anyway. I'm gonna figure out for myself. I'm gonna say, go ahead, go. Go figure it out for yourself. Go figure it out for yourself. Go meet him, go talk to him, go have a great time. Go ahead. Good luck. Someone wants you to find out for yourself. Why is it these people fixated on not allowing you to go talk to him? You check your own temperature. You be able to see who he is as soon as you get in front of him. Why is it that they don't want you to talk to him? Because if you tell him what's going on and he fixes it, it shows that these people have had the ability to have done so a long fucking time ago and didn't do shit about it, man. That's real shit. That's real shit. They keep single mothers, and they keep black men locked up. They whole fucking game. You live in Houston, Texas, and you black, you have the right to bear arms. You can walk and carry with it and everything. As soon as you turn 18 years old. You have firearms in your home to protect yourself as well. In New York City, you turn 18, you are not allowed to have a firearm and have it on you and defend yourself. You are not allowed to have a firearm in your home. Why is it that in metropolitan, so-called metropolitan areas, or urban areas, or where the strictest gun laws exist, but more deaths occur from gun violence than anywhere fucking else? It's hard to believe that gun manufacturers are just the ones just coming and dropping off their guns, because I highly doubt that that's actually happening. I think it's quite impossible. It doesn't help their brand to know that people are murdering each other with it. So you can definitely X them out. Why is it that they kept allowing all of these murders to happen? They did nothing about it. So they can ask for stricter fucking gun laws, so it affects the whole entire nation of what they trained and conditioned blacks to do in a small urban area. We're tired. We're done with the dumb shit. It's all over. It's just out the door, and I just can't wait for my opportunity to get up out there. And when people start saying dumb shit, and they keep trying to lie to you and tell you, oh, but I meant this, and then you're fucking lying. You're a liar. If you actually cared, then you would be working with the president to at least meet him halfway so something can happen good for the people. But instead, you're not even doing that. It's not my fucking job to be fucking tagging him and hashtagging him and begging him to fucking hear my fucking cries and shit like that. It's your fucking job to go to him with my fucking cries and tell him what the fuck is going on. But the problem is, you motherfuckers ain't doing it. You're not doing it. You do not want to do it. Something that you just don't want to fucking do. For some strange reason, when it comes to really helping Americans, get it out the door. Open the fucking borders. Let's open this shit up. Let's start this new world order shit. Let's get this shit going. Let's get these shit in motion so we can start throwing these motherfuckers in oven. Because those who went against us, we already showed them what happened when we was beating their asses up in the streets every chance we got, and then blamed it on the people that was protecting them and called them white supremacists. Yeah, those people. We're gonna go find all of those fucking people and we're gonna kill their ass. If you don't sit here and think that if you're a Trump supporter that these people aren't gonna throw your ass up under the bus, you're sadly mistaken. They got a place for you and for me. Trust me. Trust you, me, that. They have a place for the both of us. These people are not playing. They're trying to open up everything, open up shop, let everyone in, who cares, kumbaya, so they can fuck up everything. And the whole world with it. Then you have people who are mad at you because they're illegal and they want to be here, and they're like, how dare you? I've been here. My kids was born here, and I didn't ask you to come here. I didn't force you to come here illegally. How dare you? How dare you expect me to pay for you and for your fucking kid to be here and then be upset with me when I don't want to fucking do it? How fucking dare you? How selfish are fucking you? How much do you not give a fuck about me and my fucking kids? You know, my niece just called me and I had to talk to her about school. You know, she finished high school. She graduated soon, cum laude. She's a straight A student. She wants to be a doctor. She got accepted to a school. Then the school called her and told her that they couldn't allow her to attend because they didn't have enough space for her. You know, she's in New York. She's in New York City. And you know why they didn't have enough space for her? Because a bunch of fucking kids who are illegally here or dreaming kids who shouldn't have fucking been here in the first place took her fucking space. Took her fucking space. Because that's the new wave. The new it is illegals and their children, not American citizens. That's why when these illegals come here, they don't give a fuck about Americans because they know that the government don't give a fuck about you. They feel you dumb as fuck. You damn right. And they take advantage of every fucking thing that they can. If wouldn't you, if you ain't have no fucking heart, if you didn't give a fuck about no one else's country, you only give a fuck about yourself? Because that's what it boils down to. If you're coming here, and if coming here can endanger your child and you still come here anyway, you're not coming here because of the child. You're coming here because you want to. You are willing the risk. You're willing to lose your child to death and or imprisonment. Then on top of that, you don't give a fuck that there are people here who do not want to pay for you to be here. Did not ask you to come here. You want to be in the streets and you want to be upset with these people. You're not even supposed to be in these streets. You're not even supposed to be here. With your selfish ass think you get to stand in my face and call me all type of fucked up shit because your ass who shouldn't be here thinks that you have the right to tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do when I'm here. When my ancestors fucking died to be here. To be called men here. Democrats have been promising shit to my fucking people and have given them abso-fucking-lutely nothing. Not a fucking thing. They divided the fucking black family. They destroyed it. They destroyed the black man's integrity. They destroyed the black woman's integrity. They put them against each other. They turned the whole shit upside down with the whole fucking food and genetic engineering. They made sure that they kept your ass uneducated. And currently in the schools, they're trying to teach that the settlers that came here asked the Indians to leave and the Indians left. They don't tell you that the fucking Democratic Party is the reason why 5 major tribes in this country are fucking extinct damn near. That they don't say. The fucking Democrats gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. There's no fucking need for them. Not once did these fucking people ever tell you the truth. Black people, listen. You always say your vote don't count. You always say you don't vote because it don't matter. Because the same motherfuckers that's been stealing everything from you are the same ones telling you they got your back. And they are Democrats. Gotta get them the fuck about the hood. White Americans, you feeling full of white guilt. It's not your fault slavery happened. 400 years ago. Get over it. If one of you motherfuckers can tell me you asked to be born and be white, just so you can come into this world and use it as a privilege to oppress people, then hell yeah, you're a fucking racist. But up until the point of you proving that, you need to shut the fuck up. You need to be an American. That's what you need to do. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Can't stay long. I do have to make one move. This was my last night. I think I had one more night of one of these last ones. Yeah, they gotta go. We gotta abolish the Democrats. That's the new hashtag. Abolish the Democrats. They gotta go. It's over for the people. But again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I want to tell you that, yo, make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, stay American. And fuck the other side, bitch. We don't care.